out there's a lot of people who are interested in hearing what went into the decision behind the incident in today's video and why we decided to disqualify DCE and not award points to Rojo rollers, like consolation points. So I thought I'd just take a couple minutes to explain our decision making for that process. So in the Marble League specifically, this doesn't necessarily apply to other JMR series, but in the Marble League, there is a strong precedent for disqualifying teams if they perform an action that obstructs another team's run during the event. This is evidenced by the 2016 water race, where the Rojo rollers were disqualified for apparently making too much contact with other marbles and blocking them going down the waterfalls. 2016 hurdles, where pinkies were disqualified for jumping into another team's lane. 2019 relay, where the Midnight Wisps were disqualified due to hitting their block up and over, and so it was partially inside of another team's lane. And now in 2021, if you watch that collision and that incident very carefully, you can see there is a very clear, strong collision between the Crazy Cat's Eyes and Rojo rollers that is undisputably what does cause the Rojo rollers to end up off of the track and causes them to not finish the race. So that incident was going to be part of the final video regardless. The question was, how are we going to handle it? And we ultimately did decide on disqualification, the main reason being that that collision caused by CCE effectively took away the Rojo rollers' opportunity to complete the rest of the course and have the opportunity to advance further in the event. And we decided that was worthy of the perpetrator being disqualified. I know we haven't had an event like this happen in the Marble League in a long time, but that concept of if you take away another team's chance to compete, then you're not going to be allowed to compete further yourself. I think it's something that we're still trying to keep consistent throughout the years. And now the Rojo rollers not being awarded consolation points, I wasn't originally going to address this, but there are a lot of people mentioning it. Consolation points are historically awarded due to track defects specifically. So like the O'Rangers getting consolation points in 2019 Elam race for getting stuck on a faulty part of the course, or Midnight Wisp getting consolation points because the starting gate screwed them over in the summer biathlon. And of course, every single team that got screwed by the 2016 relay. So that is hopefully proof enough that when we are going to award consolation points, we are looking specifically for defects in the track. And yes, Jungle Jumper's final incident, of course. I don't know how I forgot that, but yes, that's true. So when you have marble on marble collisions, those I don't ever remember being cause for awarding of consolation points, and we didn't feel it was appropriate here because there was nothing wrong with the track itself. It was just how that particular heat played out. And that's just the nature of marble sports, really. It's just like other sports. Weird things are going to happen that cause teams to like lose out in unconventional ways. I know that in marble sports, a lot of people believe that they shouldn't be subject to incidents like these, and that the marbles should just be able to race. But the reality is, when you're running marbles in a manner that is supposed to be
professional,
similar to a real life sports event, you're going to have incidents that like those that appear in real life sports events, and we're always going to have to take those head on and not just dance around them all the time. So I hope that explained everything adequately. If anyone has any questions real quick, I guess I can take them. But other than that, thanks for watching.
I have a question. I think you should make a. Are you planning on making a post addressing all of this? because most people on the sub aren't a
Buy
part
a
of
decent mic at least. Come
a
on,
part,
man.
a part of this VC.
Mhm.
Alright.
I usually don't do community service for the subreddit because I don't use Reddit at all. I just use Reddit to like post things. If anyone wants to like take the stuff that I said and post it to the subreddit, that's perfectly fine. But
fine.
I really don't like Reddit at all. So, not that there's anything wrong with the JMR subreddit in particular. I think it's one of the better ones in Reddit, but I just don't like Reddit as a whole. So I'm not really interested in doing community service there. But again, anyone is welcome to take everything that I said and put in the subreddit. And yeah.
If anyone does have a summary of what Nova's brought up today, could you post it like in the spoilers chat, because there are going to be people who miss it.
I have a recording of it. I can post it.
Okay, that's good.
I also have a question.
Yep.
Obviously, there was contact between the Crazy Cat's Eyes and Raw Rollers, which of course put Rojo Tres out of bounds. But the contact between Crazy Cat's Eyes and Indigo Stars was the reason why they shouldn't have been a rerun instead.
I'll look at what you're talking about real quick.
Well, the Indigo Stars hit the Crazy Cat's Eyes, which kind of like made Rojo Tres go out of bounds. Shouldn't that then warrant a restart, which would be more fitting since the Crazy Cat's Eyes weren't really at fault for the temporary slowdown?
I did a frame by frame just now. I don't think there was contact. There was no contact.
Okay.
Yeah, Indy kind of just like went to the right, veered to the right, but CCE Blue Eye was going way too fast and going straight that they just was a straight up contact. Rojo.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was absolutely no contact between the Indigo Stars and Crazy Cat's Eyes, in the sand section at all. So.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the clarification on that.
Yeah. Yeah, they did have a towel. That was a nice little added touch.
I'll pose this.
And of course, we're talking about the Huskers.
Were there no contact? No way. Where did?
Also, what do you think about Marbles slowing down right before the finish line when
I look at it
they
now,
went to the sides of the pool?
Marbles and water has always been kind of weird. I guess it's kind of hard to like pinpoint any one specific cause for marbles slowing down in water, because that's just how the marbles interact with the water means that they can move in really unorthodox and seemingly random ways. One of the biggest mistakes that some of the marbles made, especially Foggy in the finals, was running into the sidewalls, either the near or far sidewall. If you do that, then that scrubs off a ton of speed, and that turned the Hazers gold, like Foggy's back-to-back triathlon champion, into just a bronze medal. And I know that a few other marbles earlier in the event.
That Minty Maniacs joke. That Minty Maniacs joke that
they really did. I'm looking at this again just to see what happened. But yeah, the Minty Maniacs also went right up near that sidewall and had a ton of speed scrubbed off because of that. So that's probably the biggest mistake that marbles made in the triathlon, aside from some like bad steering in like the track and sand sections. But the water portion really seemed to make or break a lot of marbles runs and whether or not they advanced or were eliminated. All right, well, if nobody else has any other questions, I'm going to head out. Thank you for being an attentive audience and for handling all this relatively well, because I knew that there was going to be a lot of uproar from an incident like this being in the videos.
Collision of the CCs. What about the collision of the Crazy Cat's Eyes and the Rojo Rollers?
That's what we're discussing right now.
Yeah, there will be
it's going to be posted.
Yeah, someone's going to summarize all of the stuff that I said and post it.
Yeah. Prolapscus is recording this, and someone will probably go summarize it.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, thank you all.
The Thoris needs to do that.